Let's go! Hi everybody, my name is Al and I am one of the keepers here at Water's Edge, Africa. And I am lucky enough to hang out with our 11 new friends here, our African penguins. The way we keep track of all of them right now, since we're still getting to know them, are these colored bands on their flippers. And if you're ever here visiting and you want to know who's who, a great way to start is the males have the colors on the right side and the females on the left side. So Pearl, who I was talking about right here, has the blue on the left, and she's also one of the first ones that usually comes to the bucket and will also steal them out of the bucket like Captain. Captain here, ooh, we're gonna have a battle. Captain is this guy right here. He has blue and red. So a good way to remember that is if you think of Captain America, he kind of has America colors on his band. He's the bucket diver, so he will definitely just help himself to whatever he finds. And the good thing about it is he's very gentle when it comes to eating, so that's nice. He also is one of our breeding recommendations, so hopefully he'll be a father. We are recommended for him to breed with either Percy or Pearl, so we're gonna try and get them to fall in love. So Napoleon here, he has the gray on his right flipper. He's usually, when it's feeding time, he's the first one to follow the keepers out, and he kind of runs, so he's just really excited for feeding time. Captain is just helping himself here. So Napoleon is a little aggressive when it comes to eating, but also very sweet. We think his name is Napoleon because when he showed up, he was the tiniest one. And he's got a very big personality. He's not as tiny anymore. We think he's pre-molting, eating up and bulking right now so that he can start molting, which is when they lose all their water feather once a year. We have one named Big who is going through that right now, so we may or may not see him come out this morning. So we talked about Pearl here with the blue band. The red band on the left is Percy. So Pearl and Percy are blue and red, and they are the breeding recommendation with Captain, which is why his band is both blue and red, if that makes sense. And the way we remember these two is a blue Pearl and a red Perse. Pearl and Percy have pretty similar personalities. They're very excited about their capelin. If I didn't mention it, these are capelin fish. They have the choice right now to eat either capelin or herring, and these are what herring look like. We're learning that certain penguins like only certain fish. So Alex right here, he has a light blue color on his right flipper because he's a male, and he will only eat herring, the large ones. So, oh, he didn't want that one. That's okay. We'll try again later. So an interesting thing, so we don't have a couple of them out. So who just came out here with the right yellow band is Rafaro. He is one of the sons of Alex and SAFARA. Him and his brother Rudo are also a bonded pair. That just means they really like to spend time together and hang out. And if they choose a nest box, they will stay in that nest box together. And those two, Rudo and Rafaro, tend to be, so far, two of our friendliest ones that we have found. They'll kind of stick around after feedings, and they seem to want to hang out with us, even if we don't have fish. Hello, Napoleon, are you coming for seconds? So Napoleon, even though he's small, you can see him, he is hungry right now. So that's why we think he's pre-molting. He'll eat a couple of those big herring a day, which is pretty impressive for such a little guy. Here comes Rafaro. Hello, friend. We just talked a little bit about him, and he'll also eat herring. Captain wants some more here, because he always wants more. Always, always. Where are you? Pearl. Oh, dropped it. Captain and Captain. Pearl. So Captain, Percy, and Pearl, and Napoleon are usually hanging out by the bucket until they are completely full. And this is SAFARA. So SAFARA decided to join us here. She is, like I said, Alex's mate, and they came with their sons, and she has the light blue on her left side. She, unlike her mate Alex, will only eat capelin. So she will not eat the herring. Another fun thing we found out about her with regards to eating, some of these fish are female fish and they have eggs inside of them. And we have seen her take a fish, drop it on the ground, open it up, take the eggs out, and then eat it. So apparently she does not like the eggs inside of the fish. But that's pretty innovative, I think, for her. Alex, you want to try this herring again? Oh, buddy. No? Try it. He's very, very picky. But that's okay. Oh. I'll just try all the ones in the bucket. Maybe he's not even hungry. You want to try it, buddy? I've also learned that holding a fish a certain way may make it look more edible or enticing. So he's going to come back later and try for more. I can talk a little bit about the ones that have not come out yet. So Pomona, who came to us from Denver Zoo, she's the only one who didn't come with a group. She is the most easily identifiable because she has a very thick chest band. You can see on Pearl here, that black band right under her chin there we go. That black band under her chin is very thin. And if we get a glimpse of Pomona, it's very thick. So she's kind of been hanging in the back. And a thing about her with feeding is she's not a fan of taking them from our hand. So we will toss them to her, and she's getting very good at catching them. She's also getting very good at catching them and running because some of our other ladies, mostly Darby, and sometimes Percy here, will go steal it from Pomona's mouth. So she's learning to hold her own, but she's still doing really, really well adjusting. See, I told you Alex would come back for some more herring. Oh, buddy, let's go. Let's go. Try it. No? Okay. Which ones sound good? Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're definitely still learning about what they like and don't like and the proper way they like to be fed. Napoleon, hello. Another indicator on Napoleon, if you see him from far away, he does have this little, we call it a bow tie, but this little part, little dot under his chin. There are a couple other with that. Here comes Darby. She also has that little spot. I don't think we've talked about her yet. So Darby is orange on the left side. She loves to steal fish from Pomona. And she also will eat them off the ground and sometimes will catch them. So she got it. Oh, still not one she wanted, or maybe she wanted to rearrange it first, and she got it stolen by, I think, Percy. So that happens often. It's totally fine. I think it encourages them a little bit to be a little bit more confident eaters. But Darby is a very sweet bird, but kind of hangs out in the back. So we have special fish with vitamins in them that they each get one of a day. So we try and get those to get eaten. Alex. Wow. Jeez Louise. Oh, I'm gonna choose on them a little bit. Well, I'll leave this right here. You tell me if you want it. Nope. That's a no. Rudo is in the doorway. He has yet to eat anything, but he's making his way out here. He has the orange on the right. So the two furthest away right now are Rudo and Rafaro. Rafaro's coming up right here with the yellow on his right. And Rudo is his brother, who hopefully will come up and get some fish too. Hi, friend. They usually come places together because they are, like I said, the bonded, you don't want that, Caitlin. They are that bonded pair. And then the only other two that aren't out here are Pomona, who we talked about with the thick chest band, who came to us from the Denver Zoo, and then Biggs. So Biggs, we may or may not see come out because he is molting. So he lost all of his feathers. He still has a couple on the back of his neck, so he looks a little silly. And he has been hanging out in his nest box. So that's normal for a molting bird to kind of be on their own and hang out away from the flock, because in the wild they would be isolating themselves to avoid predators. Interesting thing about Biggs and Pomona, since they are not out here, we think they might be pairing up as a bonded pair. We don't know for sure because it's only been about one day that we are suspecting it, but they both hang out in the nest boxes, and we have seen them walking around together, which is an indication usually when they isolate themselves, but also isolate themselves with another bird, that we might have a romance on our hands here. So we may have made our first little penguin romance. We don't know. We'll keep you guys updated on whether or not they fall in love. There we go. Alex finally ate his herring. All right, well, thanks for coming out to Water's Edge and checking in on our new flock of penguins and getting to know them a little more as we get to know them. We can't wait for you guys to come out and see the exhibit once we open.